Now, here is a treat for us all. I'm so excited. We're going to hear from Tania now. Tania is just wonderful, and she's arrived here in the UK because of the war. She describes herself as a refugee, and yet here she is helping us to help refugees. So we're so grateful for you, Tania, giving us your time. Tell us a little bit about what you think it would be helpful for our host to know about Ukrainian culture that will make life just a little bit easier as we try to navigate some of these complicated issues. Thank you, Tania. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Krish, for inviting me to this meeting. I appreciate it enormously because that's how really we can kind of talk with each other. Yeah, Ukrainians and British people. I mean, from Great Britain, not just British, because, for example, I'm living with family, with Spanish family, actually. And yeah, so I'm being generously hosted by family in High Wycombe, and I have a beautiful family, but at the same time, I want to share some things that I've been noticing, and I'm speaking a lot with other Ukrainians, and I realized that there is a difference in cultures, of course, and just a few things. Some of them might seem very funny, but they are existing, and maybe some of them you would notice already yourself. But at the same time, just maybe my story would help you to realize that it's kind of our culture. So one of very funny thing that might be because most of the people that are arriving are women with kids. And for us in Ukraine, it's really kind of important thing to look nice, to take care about our clothes, about our manicure. Yeah. So maybe for Europeans, for British people, it would be really strange that Ukrainian people are trying to find, to make their nails look better. Or, for example, it was a very funny situation when another welcome event was organized in Longreach, and it's outside. It's with kayaks and outdoor activities, and I would be asked to kind of write in Ukrainian language for Ukrainian people, so that please take simple clothes that you are not afraid to be dirty, because they already realized that Ukrainian people are trying to put on like the best thing they have. It's kind of part of our culture. We do that in order to show our respect. So another thing that might be interesting to hear is you are so polite, you're so nice, you always would say thank you, please. And like at the beginning, it was really funny when I started exchanging letters with other people. Some people would write me like, Tanya, how's your day? I hope your day is fine. And like I would kind of ask people, should I answer these kind of questions, or it's something like, how are you? And you just say fine. What should how big should be my answer? Should I tell anything about it at all? Yeah, so it's about this small talk. Yeah, what you call small talk. Well, we especially in some areas of Ukraine, we just don't have it. We go straight away. We are rather direct. And this, like being direct, this is a part of our culture. And some of British people I was talking and discussing it, they see it as like, they would say, oh my God, Ukrainian women, they're so strong. But yeah, they're just direct. They would just tell what they think, and without making it sound kind of nice way. And this one of the things what I want to talk about too. Sometimes even I don't understand what British people mean, because you are so careful to speak about things. I'm not sure what you mean. And now when I'm kind of going deeper into your culture, I understand that sometimes you could mean something different than what you are actually saying. Yeah. So yeah, please, I encourage you to be more direct when you are talking to us, because that's how we are understanding. When people want something from us, please just tell us. Of course, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be polite or whatsoever from both sides. Yeah, but this being more direct for us is kind of an essential issue. Then for us, it's very important. Food, preparing food is very important part of our life. We really love making food. And for example, there was this event I was helping to organize in this like outside place, and we organized this Ukrainian cafe. We would just ask people, please bring whatever you want, what you are usually cooking at home. And we had so much food. I mean, people from British side, from our host would organize a lot of different refreshments and food, etc. But even I didn't expect that Ukrainian people would bring so much delicious, nice, well-prepared food. It was amazing. Yeah, so it's very important for us. Maybe some of you would think, God, that you are spending so much time to cook, but yeah, that's how we are. We do spend a lot of time to prepare actually our own food. Then another thing that might be a little different is when you are going to sleep, especially for kids. I realize that kids here are going to bed pretty early, like 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., right? Well, for us, in most of the cases, okay, some people would probably do the same, but really a very small percentage of people. Most of us would bring their kids to bed at 9:30, 10, 11, something like that. Yeah, it may seems to be too late, but that's how it is in most of the cases. And yes, I realize that you can and you should absolutely discuss it with your guests, that this is how you see it, and I'm sure they will respect it, and try to be more quiet, to make things in a nicer way, or even maybe change their everyday routine, which I found really great. I think that it's good to go to bed earlier and then be able to wake up earlier and have the best of sunrise, etc. Then a few more things I want to discuss is we are really, I mean, many people would kind of wash their dishes right away after they would, have their food. I know here it's more like for people, they are trying to use washing dishwashers, and that's absolutely great. I think that's very nice for energy saving, etc. And the same about electricity and lights. I see that here many people, even in offices, or sometimes they would have you know, this dinner with snow lights, which is for us in our culture, it's really something we are not through. You know, we come back home and we turn on our light, even if it's now quite expensive. It used to be, you know, they raised the prices for electricity, etc. Still, we would always have so much more lights in our apartments and our houses. It's I believe also kind of very cultural things. So that's about thing that you might see, you maybe already sing with your guest, or you can experience it a little later. And well, any of these things, if you look at them like at cultural things, at something that is different, that could be, if you take this approach, that could be really helping, and to realize that these conversations, these things when we are talking with each other, this blend of culture is really very, very precious.
Wonderful. That's so helpful, Tanya. I'm watching the comments, and a lot of people agreeing that this bedtime thing is really different, and the directness. A lot of people agreeing with that. I guess that underlines what Tanya was saying. Sorry, what Wendy was saying, and Rachel was saying earlier. Trying to speak things out, and particularly if Ukrainians are a more direct culture, having those difficult conversations. I think British people, as you say, we sometimes find those impolite, and we don't want
Yes,
to have to talk about our children are going to bed now and your children are going to bed then. But I guess
and we don't understand you.
we want to be good hosts, but we want to be accommodating, but we also want to try and live together under one roof. So trying to set up some clear understanding and expectations does seem to be really important. So thank you for that. Lots of comments about food, and some people are lucky enough to be living with Ukrainian chefs, and they're cooking amazing food. I have tried palanitsa, which is an amazing little, almost like a Cornish pasty in texture with a bit of
Yeah,
dill. And apparently,
yeah.
how you say that is a way of telling whether someone is Ukrainian or Russian.
Right, exactly.
Is that right?
Yes, exactly. And you
So I
did
hope
it
I passed the
so
test.
well that we wouldn't realize that you are not Ukrainian.
Oh, phew, phew. Good. I'm glad to hear it. That's good. Brilliant. Well,
Yeah.
lots of love for you in the comments. Thank you for what you shared, and thank you for investing in this event. I know it's a tough time for you and your family, but we're really grateful that you were able to be with us. Stick around, because we're going to have a Q&A with everybody in the room in a